Hello, Helldiver family. My name is John with Mediocrity in Action. Just got a quick video for you today about how I do my super credit farming. Over the 500 or so hours that I've got in the game, I've managed to unlock every Warbond. You can see that here. I've got all the medals, got all the items. I've managed to do this without spending any real world money by way of farming. It's not the most time efficient thing in the world to do if you're really looking to jump in and play the game, but I don't have much of a disposable income these days. I did go ahead and get the Super Citizen package to continue supporting Arrowhead after the launch of the game because I think they're a phenomenal developer and they deserve an extra couple of bucks. I just can't afford to spend $10 every time a Warbond comes out, so I farm up my super credits. Had enough extra that you can see in my acquisitions right now. I have 1,400, give or take. Every once in a while, if something cool pops up on the superstore, I'll buy it. Like the hatchet, the stun baton, the kill zone armor. Well, no, I didn't get the armor, but the weapon that dropped because I didn't know when I was going to get it again. So this is how I found to be the most efficient way to do this. So get to your Galactic War table, go to a Terminated planet. You could do bots too. I prefer Terminates. Find a Terminate illegal broadcast mission. They take between little and no time. I know a lot of people will, well, I'll show you the option when we get into it, but a lot of people don't actually complete the whole mission to do their super credits. I do. Because that's the democratic thing to do. So once you find one of these on a planet, I like this planet, Archer 3. It's flat. There's not a lot of trees, not a lot of foliage. Moon planets are good. I call them moon planets because it looks like the surface of the moon. Gray, dusty, flat. And those planets like Crimsica is another one. Avoid things like fire tornadoes and the like. This planet has tremors. Tremors aren't really a big deal. So go ahead and drop into your mission that you selected. Get into your hell pod. Your loadout is really preferential. I know a lot of folks lately like the FRV. I don't. I usually just rock the jump pack, not the hover pack, but just the regular old jump pack. You don't need any heavy weapons, really. I like to bring a Stalwart just because. And that's really all you need. I'll hit it with something like I'll bring a 500 sometimes because I can, and I almost always bring a turret with me, just out of habit. For your booster, stamina enhancement, that way you can run longer. Wearing light armor, other than that, doesn't really matter which one you wear. And then for your weapon, I'm actually going to switch my cookout to the crossbow or the eruptor. I think I'll go with the crossbow just because a little bit easier to manage. Something explosive because then you can just take out that broadcast tower from a distance. You don't have to go and mess with the terminal or anything. Generally, though, when I'm running an explosive, I'll change out my explosive secondary hand grenade to a crisper or something like that, just in case. I could rock an ultimatum. It's pointless. It's trivial. You don't need any of these things. This is just what I do. So I like the crisper. So once you're ready, go ahead and drop in. All right, we're dropped in. Force of habit, always bring down a resupply because I tend to drop in on extract to see if it's clear. It's sometimes I'll be farming experience, like if you're a low-level player, that's a good thing to do. You can also find these, hit it with something from long range like the EAT, and dust off immediately, and you've got easy experience. So I like to take a quick look around and look for those beacons off in the distance, and just start heading for those. I always crash. Not a big deal. Nothing's really going to be hurting us today. But yeah, just look for these beacons around the outside of the map. You can look on your mini map and find some things too. If you're hurting for samples, of course you can pick up samples too. I'm maxed out at the moment, so I'm going to be skipping those. It is a good idea to pick up the samples anyway, because then it'll let you know you've hit the point of interest. Because one of the things, actually go back and show you on that other one. So if you look at your mini map, that's a diamond. Diamond means that there's a sample there or there's a weapon there. Oh, don't feel like actually fighting, so I'm just going to throw a turret over there. But pick up these common samples, and you will see that's not a diamond anymore. That's just, I found a good way to keep track. I guess I'll close this. Throw a incendiary there, it'll cook anything that pops out. While we're waiting for that, take a look at your map. If you see any squares, it's probably a point of interest. You know, squares don't often exist in nature, right? And look at that. Point of interest right here. And me doing a little flip. This is another nice thing about having the crossbow. You don't have to worry about wasting your grenades. Oh, there we go. 10 super credits right there. So, and I know this isn't news for a lot of people, but you never know who's going to stumble across a channel that doesn't know. But that's more or less what I'll do, and then rinse and repeat that. So we'll just go ahead and clear this mission out really quick. If I'm lucky, I can get it done in just a couple of minutes. Now, one thing about the jetpack I didn't know for a long time, it actually does depend on your stamina. It will work better if you have full stamina. So longer jumps, things like that. Let's see, have I hit that one? No, that's dust off. Now, we might not have a huge amount. Oh, there's another one. Another thing I like to do that drives random groups I play with insane is I always tag where I'm going. I think it's helpful. It's helpful to me because I know where I'm going. Just keeps that up on my compass at all times. But I can understand people thinking it's irritating. See, the Eruptor usually gets it in one shot, but I guess 2 is acceptable. But yeah, doing the Terminator legal broadcast, like I said, really easy for farming experience. If you still need experience, I'm level 82, I think, right now. Not going to unlock anything but some titles, and I'm not really super worried about that. So a lot of times when those blow up, you can still sneak up over on the side. So I've got some more super credits, another 10, so we're up to 20 super credits right now. And see if we can get those samples here. And yeah, just kind of look around. These might be points of interest over here. Never hurts to go check. Oh. And if you're still hunting for those common samples, you can go into the objective area and look around for a couple of those. I'm going to go ahead and skip that because I'm just going to dust off as soon as possible. Another good point, if you're farming experience instead of super credits, or farming common samples instead of super credits, is don't bring the stamina booster. It's a Dumbledore. So, backstory on that, my son and I call these Dumbledores because it's a double door, and it's funny. You can thank my brother for starting it and me for passing it along. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, there is a question mark showing your points of interest on your compass. We'll see if I have another one on the way out. That should be the last of them. We might have a point of interest right here. That's a maybe. So we'll go check that out really quick. But yeah, those for XP farms and credit farms, don't bring the stamina booster like I did. Do the expert extraction pilot. Cuts 30 seconds off your extract time. It just makes it that much quicker for a turnaround when you're just trying to get in and get out as quickly as possible. If you're sub level 25, I recommend spend an hour or two doing that. It's the fastest way to get experience. Oh, okay. So we've got a question mark right there, straight ahead of us. We got two, actually. I was right. That was one. It's a hell bomb, which those will usually show up as a diamond on your mini map too. Oh, no, they changed it. It used to be a diamond, and it would drive me insane because there's never anything there. And then here, I don't see anything. What did I miss? Oh, it's one of the new buried ones. These are fun. Yeah, go ahead and grab those. And that should be just about all of them. Remember to pick up your secondary or your support weapon after you get your shovel, because the shovel is a support weapon. All right, we can go ahead and get out of here. One of the things I always do when I'm doing this kind of thing, I'm as lazy as possible. So I like to put my machine gun sentry right there. That's I found to be the most effective spot for it. Keeps you from getting murdered by your turret for the most part. And it will do all the work for me. And then I'll just sit here and wait. Very exciting. Sometimes it's a little bit more exciting than this, but I think my turret's going to take care of most of the work anyway. But I'll just kind of chill out around here, see if I see anything coming in. Typically, you're going to see things coming from the edge of the map. Oh, we got a group over there, so they're going to eat a 500, because why not? Oh, I actually have to fire a weapon. Okay. Another thing you can do, this still works. Get as close to the edge of the map as possible. I think if you're within 50 meters or so, enemies will not spawn anymore. That has been a good trick that's saved my bacon several times on higher difficulty levels. Right now, I'm just doing it because it's easy. I don't have to worry about doing much of anything because I'm just trying to get some super credits. Didn't get a heck of a lot this run, but while we're waiting, we can look at the map and see why. We've got these big rock outcroppings. That's one of the downsides to planets like these. You don't have the trees and junk in the way, but with these, they're taking up space. And this one's not terrible, but there's not too many points of interest around in comparison to some other maps that you might see. So just food for thought on that one. You want to, if you're looking for a ton of them, you might want to see about finding a map that doesn't have those. Water is another one that'll do that. So that can cheat you out of some of your super credits here and there, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, more or less, do that, rinse, repeat, and eventually you'll end up having just, we only got 20 that run, but hey, you get 20 super credits enough, you'll have 1,000 before you know it. Spend an hour or two doing this and you'll be getting that next Warbond before you know it. And there we go. And that was a slower one. Again, you can do that faster. What a lot of people do that are straight super credit farming, they won't complete the mission. They'll get all the points of interest that they have, and once they're done, they just return to ship. Again, I don't do that. It's not the democratic thing to do, right? A little bit of role playing there. Yeah, you can see just shy of 200 XP. You can jump that up to about 250 or so if you get the mission done in, I think, less than 7 minutes. Um, you get bonus XP. So if you're just grinding XP, go ahead and drop in with like an EAT or an eruptor on that kind of mission. Shoot the tower and just evacuate right away. And there we go. So I think I've droned on long enough. Hopefully this helps out a couple people. Get you your war bonds, get you out helping out in the Galactic War. So have a fantastic rest of your day. More videos to come. This is my first one in a long while, so I'm a little rusty. But have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.